Good morning. Get your stuff, get your water, get your props if you've got them. We will start either in your chair or standing. Either one is fine. It's going to be kind of movement through breath. Probably do a little combination of both. So we are not using headphones this time. I think that was causing some of the audio problems. I apologize. Pretty sure I got rid of all of those videos that had the horrible audio. Hopefully this stream will pick up the subtitles, which may or may not be helpful if you're practicing and not watching. So we'll just see what we get. It's part of the fun of being live, right? So welcome to your Self-Care Sunday Yoga. Get your stuff, get your mood, get your water. Always water up, source of life. And feel free to take a water break anytime. You do not have to wait for me to cue that. Ooh, that was colder than I thought. All right. Props. Grab a pillow too. Okay. All right, friends, welcome. Give myself a little stretch and come on into my heart space. Set my intention. I always encourage that. I love the mat, so if there is something that you want to pick up or something you need to let go of, the mat is a great place to do that. So if you want to bring in an intention for today, we are right on that season change. What a great way to fall into some new habits and maybe incorporate some yoga and some stretching into your lifestyle. It's been transformational for me. So I'm going to start standing up. We're going to do a few things here and get going. All right, coming into your space, coming into your place. Do a little warm up. I don't want to be too far away from y'all, so I'll just grab this little chair here. Pardon while I get all kinds of stuff moved around. That's what happens when I take a few weeks off. It takes me a minute to get resettled. So let's just start seated or standing. We're just going to start with some sun salutations, or you're half seated just to get yourself warmed up. Coming into your place, let's roll out those shoulders. Lift them up, scrunch them up, and roll them back. Relax and release. Add a little neck stretch if that feels good for you. And let's start right up with some arms. Let's send them out to either side. Roll those wrists. Give it a little roll, open it up. We're going to open up our hands, push our palms out, reach and stretch opposite directions like you're holding walls on opposite side. Roll those shoulder blades back, and then relax and release, shake it out. And then we'll come on forward. Give me that little stop sign, high five, and then pull it back. Roll those fingertips back, roll those shoulder blades back, and then relax and release. Bring it over to the other side. High five, friends. Grab those fingertips, roll those shoulder blades down, and relax and release. Let's go ahead and add in our movement. Wherever this feels good for you, opening up, reaching up, inhaling, arms come up. If you stop at that cactus, that's fine. If you're coming all the way up, that's good too. And exhale, bringing those arms down, opening up the heart space, relaxing into our place. Let's come forward. Inhale, bring those arms up. If you're stopping here, that's great. If you're coming all the way up, that's great too. Reach and stretch, find your strength and your length. And then sending those arms on down, roll those shoulders. They should feel nice and open now. Opening that chest, opening up that heart space. Let's add in that downward dog. So if you're seated, inhale, come on up. Reach those arms up, lean yourself forward, tip at the hips, find that length. And then relax and release, come back to your centered space. Let's add in some legs and some ankles. Give a little rub, take that leg out, get your ankles opened up, start creating that blood flow in our legs. And then lift up one leg, bring that knee up. Maybe you add a little rotation if that feels good for you. Maybe we're doing a little knee fling, little action. Whatever feels good for you, open those hip up and drop it down. Coming over to the other side. Whatever feels good to open those hips, bring that blood flow up. Add a little fun. And then drop it on down. Let's add a little flow here. Keep going. Inhale, bring those arms up however they come up for you. Exhale, find your way into a little forward fold. Send yourself down, hinge at the hips. Go ahead and stop right here about halfway. Drop the neck. Relax and release. Time to bring in that prop if you want that, right here in the middle. Inhale, come on up. Try to find a nice straight back. And then ragdoll down. And find your way into a relaxed position, just letting everything go. And then inhaling, go ahead and use your body as a prop, pulling yourself up, all the way up. Inhale, come on in for an extra stretch. Reaching up, looking up, and bring those hands right on down to heart center. Spend a minute here, coming into your space and your place. All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump out of this chair. You can continue these stretches if you want to stay in the chair. We're going to add some legs. We're just going to be coming down to either side. So if you want to stay with your chair, go ahead and do that. And go ahead and do that on the ground just so I can extend my stretch. So coming into that space and that place, let's go ahead and do another sun salutations. So if you're seated, just do the same sequence that we did. If you're standing, go ahead and ground yourself down. And let's go. Inhaling, arms come up, reaching up, finding that length and that strength. On the exhale, find your forward fold. Open those hips up if you need to. Take that stretch. If you're seated, just find that fold. Maybe you're stopping at your knees. Maybe you're coming all the way down. Inhale, find that straight back halfway lift. Find that length, find that strength. Exhale, ragdoll down, and then work your way back on up. Shake it out, roll it out. Bring up those knees, bring up that leg. Seated, just go ahead and pull that knee up. Standing, kind of lift it up. Try to find your way. Open up those hips. Maybe you're taking in a little tree pose here. Just opening up, making sure we're nice and ready. Let's add in those legs. Come on out for either side here. So opening wide for your forward fold. Again, if you're seated, just push yourself, make as much room as you can. Find your way down to one side. I'm going over to my left first and just reaching for those toes. Opening up and stretching. Work your way on towards the center. Grab your prop if that's helpful for you. And then come on over to the other side. Finding that stretch. Opening up those legs. From here we're just going to bend our knees and go into a goddess pose. If you're seated, just bring your hands on up into goal post. Staying here in your goddess for just a minute, find your strength. And then inhale, come on up. Stretch on up. And then come on back to your grounding, centering space. I'm going to go into another sun salutations, and then we'll find our way down to the ground. So find your way, find your space, whichever way you're going. Inhale, lengthen strength. Exhale, come on down. Shake it out, let it go. Halfway lift. Let's go into that downward dog. Find your hands down to the mat. Take your way down. Find that length and that strength. If you're seated still, just lean forward, hinge at the hips, and send those hands up along your shoulders, looking for that length. Coming down into a tabletop, that's all fours. We'll do those cat-cows. Find some rest here for a minute. And on that exhale, drop the chin. Inhale, find that length and strength. Exhale, drop into yourself. And inhale, finding that length. Again, if you're seated, your hands are just on your knees, and you're doing the same motion with your back. Arching, rounding, and then extending. From here, let's go into a child's pose. Just wanted to show this with a little pillow. So if you need a little extra cushion or you need some extra space here between you and the ground, grab your pillow and just kind of shove it in between your legs. You can put it, sometimes child's pose is not very comfortable for people. So you can put it back here in between the legs, sit on it that way. So find what feels good for you. Another great way to find some relaxation here in this stretch. Drop the block and then rest the head on the block. That way you're letting the space work for you. I love child's pose. I'm going to drop all these things and drop on into my space. Finding an additional stretch here, lengthening and extending. Come on back up to that tabletop. I'm going to add some legs. Let's do a little stretch, little extension. We're going to do the bird dogs. So these in the seat, you're just going to lift opposite hand and leg. On the mat, you're going to do the same thing. So lifting up, one leg comes out, one arm comes out. Reach and stretch. Same thing in the chair, just look for your length. Lifting out and stretching your body. I'll go ahead and show that in the chair too. I realize that cueing is kind of confusing there. So if you're in your seat, if you're in your chair, go ahead and continue if you're on the mat with that stretch. So from here, we're just going to lift up and out. Try to hold for a minute and then drop it back down. And then just lift up and out. Reach and stretch opposite sides and then come on back. You can also assist yourself lifting up the knee or underneath the thigh and then send the knee out. It's another way just to try to open up and get this stretch if the body is tight or heavy and it's just hard to move. So reach and stretch. Give yourself a little assistance. My buddy said we can't help our body help itself. So coming back, I'm going to do a couple more of these in that tabletop position. Looking for that length. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, find that relaxation. Coming back, come on back, find your seat, find your space. We'll go into staff pose. If you're seated, send your legs straight on the ground. Send them out in front of you as far as you can. Or in your chair, seated like this, looking for length. Point those toes up, ground yourself down, roll the shoulder blades back. Find your breath in this space. Inhale, send those arms up, look for length. Find that prop if you want it, if you've got it. Send yourself toward those toes. Nose to toes. That's going to give you a better stretch, a lot easier on your back. Sometimes we try to go into this extension and we really hunch our back and kind of hunch over. That's not what we're looking for here. So reach for that. Another good one is kind of like swimming towards it. So do your little swim strokes. Reach yourself over there. Find your way. That's how we're going to create that flexibility. And relax. Shake it out. Bring those knees on up. Give yourself a little hug. And then we're going to continue opening those hips. Come on into that butterfly position. You can do this too seated. Might be beneficial to put a block under your feet and just allow your legs and your knees to open out. Opening all of our hips and our legs. Give yourself a little forward fold if that feels good. And we'll go ahead and find stretch with one leg. Keeping one leg bent, go ahead and send the other one out straight. Bringing that bent foot into straight leg thigh. And then find your way over toward that knee or toward that foot. Nose to toes, grab that prop if that feels good. This is just a belt. Necktie also works good for this. Thigh-high socks. All right, we're going to crisscross our way over. So take those hands, be gentle with yourself. Make room and space. And then find your way over towards that bent knee. You'll notice a rotation in my foot and my hip as I find my way down. And finding your way on up. Bring those legs back into staff position. Shake it out a little bit, and then find your way over to the other side. I like to go towards my straight leg first. I just feel like that opens me up a little bit more. Do that nose to toes, reach, reach and stretch, and then crisscross those hands, being gentle with your body. As you find your way over toward that bent leg, again, another great time for that prop. So if you need that space, add that prop. And find your way on back up. Let's come into that butterfly again. Bring those feet together. Little bound ankle pose. Come on into that forward fold. Find rest. Great time again for that prop. You can add it here. You can come in here. Give yourself whatever support you need to feel comfortable in your space. Let's come on back. I cannot see how much time we have here. Totally not connected with my time today, folks. Sorry about that. All right, let's find our way down onto your back. Reach and stretch. Find some length. Find some strength here. I love that length and strength. Let's come into that supine pigeon. Coming in. I flip the other way because I literally cannot see what I'm instructing you guys at all. So on the back, there we go, now I can see. We got the knees up. We're going to bring one ankle to the other knee. Bringing my foot up. And then just allowing gravity to open up this hip. You can do this also seated. Just create that space and then pull that ankle up to opposite knee. And when you feel like you're nice and open, go ahead and switch on over to the other side. If you want, you can assist gravity a little bit by putting a little bit of pressure on your knee. You want it to feel good, not hurt, so you know where that point is in your body. So honor that. And go ahead and relax and release. Give those hips a little bit of extra love. Bring those knees up to chest. And then give them a little rotation if that feels good in your body. Go ahead and send those knees over to one side. So drop them on down. Again, good time for your prop. If you need it, add that underneath and just allow them to rest. You can extend that stretch by bringing our arms to out to the side, and then our gaze opposite way that our knees are facing. Let's find that center position again, and then find your way over to the other side. And a block or a pillow, I'll use a pillow on this other side. Just because it's there and it's available. Use what you got. And then inhaling, coming back up. Let's find our way onto all fours. Let's add a little back stretch in here. Come on up. Find your way into that tabletop position. Do a couple of cat-cows. Drop that chin. Find your rest. Inhale, find that length. Dropping in. Opening up. Come on down to that child's pose. Stretch out those shoulders. Come on up to the knees if that's accessible for you. We're going to come into a camel pose. So into that hero and then drop on back. And reach one arm up. A little more lengthening here. Drop that arm back. Find your way to the ground and then reach up on that other side. Coming on down. Just come on up. Find your way all the way down. Let's do a little puppy dog. So elbows down, lift those feet up, push the hips up. And then find your way all the way down to the mat. Going into the Superman, reach the arms up, point the toes, inhale, reaching and lengthening. Exhale, drop it down and relax. Bring those arms on back into that locust. Lifting up, sending those hands back towards the toes. And exhale down. Coming up into a little cobra. Arms are tight, elbows at the sides of the ribs, hands under the shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale, send your head the opposite way and we'll go into Sphinx. Bring those hands out just a little bit, coming all the way up to your elbows. Shoulders back, lift up, lengthen here. Exhale, come on down. We'll go into that upward dog, hands somewhere in between where they were. Come on up, everything up to the hips. And exhale, come on back. We'll go into a plank, and then we'll find our way back to another sun salutations. Inhale, come on up. Push up, flip those toes. Find that plank. Maybe you're here. Maybe your knees are dropped. Whatever feels good for you. From plank, find your downward dog. Push those hips up. Hips up, heels down. And you can walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands, whatever feels good. I'm doing a little bit of both. Finding that forward fold, ragdoll. Inhale, come on up. All the way up. And bring those hands on down to her center. Go into our balancing, grounding down. And you can do your tree pose still if you're seated. In your seat, you're just going to open up the leg and then find your ankle to your foot to your ankle on the other side. Standing up, ground down, lift up that knee, and then open up the hip. Add your arms if you want. And coming on back down to center. Roll out that ankle, I needed that. Ground down other side, lift the knee. Find that balance, open the hip. And then add your arm. And your leg can be anywhere. It can be up here, it can be down here, you can be kickstand. Just avoid the knee. And exhale, come on back. Let's do another little sun salutation. And if y'all want to add in your warriors after I say Levy, that you're more than welcome to continue into your stretching, those of you that have done this with me for a while. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, drop it down. Relax and release. Shake out the shoulders. Halfway lift. Roll those shoulders back. Look for that length. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, roll your way up. Relax it out. Shake it out. And then if you wanted to add in your warriors, go ahead and get those going, friends. I'm going to go ahead and cut it now. Like I said, I'm not keeping track of my time, so I don't want to keep you guys for too long. Hope that felt good in your body. Enjoy the rest of your beautiful day. And let's keep stretching and growing together. Always love to know where you're chiming in from. So if you're watching, let me know where you're at. And also, what time is it for you? It gives me a better idea of what's the best time to schedule my events. What's a good time for you? So hope you have a blessed day, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Ciao for now.